In the roadie world, there's a clear preference for clipless pedal systems for maximum performance, but in the fixed gear community, some people ride toe clips and straps, while others ride clipless pedals. When I first started riding fixed gear, I rode with toe clips and straps for 2 years, but I have since moved on to clipless pedals. I found that both clipped and clipless systems have their merits and their drawbacks. So I present to you the pros and cons of clipped and clipless pedal systems. First, the pros and cons of toe clips. First, probably the biggest advantage that toe clips and straps have is the flexibility to choose to wear whatever pair of shoes that you want. For commuters, this is particularly important if you want to have a pair of shoes for the day that are comfortable to walk in. Second, although clipped systems don't offer the sheer power advantage that clipless systems offer, they do provide enough foot retention for starting, stopping, and climbing, which is all you really need. For all intents and purposes, toe clips and straps work well enough if you don't need the utmost power efficiency. Third, toe clips and straps tend to be more affordable than their clipless counterparts because you don't have to buy a pair of shoes when you buy the pedals. You can just wear whatever dang shoes you want. Now, a problem that I've had with clipped pedal systems is comfort. When I rode toe clips and straps, I just couldn't find a pedal setup that was comfortable for long rides. After about 40 miles, my feet would get sore to the point where it would start to affect my pedaling efficiency. This was especially true when I rode track pedals. For a time, I tried to ride with platform pedals like the MKS GR9s, but the flat surface of the pedal made it feel like my foot wasn't secured to the pedal, and at high cadences, my foot would actually slip out of the pedal. The problems that I've experienced with clipped pedal systems was enough to push me to try out clipless pedals. All in all, toe clips and straps are great for just general everyday riding and commuting. They don't offer the ultimate performance and comfort, but they are both comfortable enough and practical enough to use on your daily commute. And the flexibility to wear just about any pair of shoes that you want for the day is a huge plus. I would highly recommend riding in toe clips and straps if you don't regularly ride more than 40 miles in a day. Now, let's move on to the pros and cons of clipless pedals. First, the pros. For me, clipless pedals remedied both of the problems that I had with clipped systems, which is 1, comfort, and 2, security. For me, one of the biggest selling points of clipless pedals was comfort on longer rides. Since the entire sole of the shoe serves as a pedaling surface, hot spots don't develop on your feet and they tend not to get sore. Speaking of efficiency, clipless pedals have great power transfer. According to the University of Made Up Statistics Bill, clipless pedals have a 34% higher power transfer than their clipped counterparts. The awesome power transfer has to do with the fact that your foot is directly connected to your pedal and that the sole of the shoe is really stiff. This leaves very little room for lost power. And if your legs are as scrawny as mine, you could use all the power transfer that you can get. Because clipless pedals directly attach your foot to the pedal, they give you a feeling of ultimate security. Your foot is going nowhere unless you intentionally unclip. Along with that, it makes you feel a greater attachment to your bike. You become like a part of the bike and stuff, which makes you feel like you're part of the machine, man. Like you and the bike are like one, you know? Now moving on to the cons of clipless pedals. A con to consider is the learning curve of clipless pedals. It takes some time to get used to clipping and unclipping at appropriate times. If you're trying to learn clipless, you can and will have what I call a clipless mishap and fall. Most clipless mishaps happen at red lights where the rider doesn't apply enough force to unclip from a pedal, and this hurts the rider's ego more than anything. Another drawback of clipless pedals is the price. For the entire clipless system, you'll have to buy clipless pedals, cleats if they're not already included with the pedals, and clipless shoes, which adds up fairly quickly. On top of that, cleats need to be replaced every 6 months to 1 year to keep your clipless system in functioning order. Another drawback to consider for clipless pedals are the shoes. If you need to commute and walk at all during the day, you're either going to have to bring another pair of shoes with you on your commute, or you're going to have to ride in mountain bike or commuter shoes. Although it's possible to walk in mountain bike and commuter shoes, they are markedly less comfortable than just regular sneakers because they do have a stiffer sole. So ironically, clipless pedals can make you more comfortable while you're on the bike, but make it less comfortable when you're off the bike. Because of that, generally I say that it's better to ride in toe clips and straps if you walk more during the day than you ride. And if you ride more during the day than you walk, then I would recommend clipless pedals. Of course, the best way to figure out which one is best for you is to try out both for an extended period of time. Although keep in mind, if you take this route, you're probably going to have to deal with Craigslist later if you want to sell off the pedal system that you don't like. With that said, what kind of pedals do you ride? Do you ride clipless or do you ride toe clips and straps? And why? Let me know in the comments below.